Hi everybody, my name is Sarah. Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20 for another day. And that's all I ask, and that's all I'm grateful for is another day to enjoy all the benefits of Keto Under 20 and not rushing towards keto desserts, keto breads, keto-fied anything, keeping it very simple and basic. And guess what that does? That gives me plenty of time to do more podcasts, to organize my freezers, getting ready for the new one to be delivered, and it makes me a much more happy person. Plus, I get to watch all kinds of other podcasts to get an idea of what's going on out there with other keto people and not so keto people, even though they've got the word keto in their website, in their channel on YouTube. Some things just tickle me to death, and I find a lot of humor in people not doing keto, thinking they're doing keto. I just love being structured and disciplined. My scale broke, so I had one day of not being able to weigh and measure the grams and the other things that I like about how I do my life. And so I had to eyeball for a day. It was just kind of interesting. And I can't believe it. I ordered the scale, which is Ozeri. It was under $9 from Amazon on Saturday night, and it was delivered Monday with the mail, with the United States mail. That's absolutely amazing. So I'm back on track again, and I really like that because I like things, kind of the same every day. It just keeps me calm. And what is that? So I posted something that I ate last week, and one woman named Lisa said she did a drinking game, and every time I said organic or grass-fed, she took a shot, and that she got quite tipsy. So I hope she's not having a hangover. She might have to have a ginger ale with all the sugar in it to feel better. So Lisa, if you're listening to this one, it's time to get out the bottle again, because this is another podcast, and it's just out of my Vitality magazine for July, and it's about houses buying organic now. And I found it kind of interesting. So it says that 82% of households are now purchasing organic items, which, the thing about statistics, of course, is that they can somehow manage to get it to right where they want it to get to sway you. But it is very interesting that it's a Nielsen survey, and they studied 100,000 households, and that 14% more households are buying organic than a year ago, while Rhode Island noted a rise of 12.3%. Oh, what's up with Rhode Island? It's our neighboring state. So the organic sales in 2015 was $43.3 billion. And that's just so amazing. I love that, they're more and more aware. And in conjunction with this, you will notice that more and more space is being turned over in the produce section at stores. I have to go on a little trip with you. I'm making bacon, and like silly me, I sat there and I forgot that I had it timed. So rather than hear this in the entire podcast, oh yeah, baby, making the bacon in my copper pan. It doesn't get better than this. So where was I? Just give me 1 second while I'm fragmented. My little podcast. If you're new to my station, hold on. I just needed to get this done. I was just so excited to have my internet back after my nightmare this morning of talking to somebody from India who had a script, and every time she said just a moment, it was 5 more minutes of pure agony. I'm sure many of you can identify with that. So I came home, the internet is back up, I'm happy, so I decided to make some more bacon. Because isn't that what you do when you're happy? Okay. Where were we? Anyway, the organic shopping is just kind of interesting. And I don't know if all of you are doing it, if you care, if you hit farmers markets for the first time. One of the things is that now farmers are struggling to meet the growing demand for organic food. And because organic certification is a process that takes upwards of 3 years, and you can't get around it. But experts have referred to the situation as a gold rush mentality. Right now, more farmers in the country than ever before have earned organic certification, signifying that their crops do not contain certain fertilizers and or pesticides. Can we all say in agreement it's Roundup? Yeah. While organic crops have risen by 11% over the last 2 years to cover in excess of 4 million acres, it is still not enough to meet the demand. So that's kind of cool. So they must discontinue the use of fertilizer and chemical pesticides for 3 years, and during that period, they often lose a lot of money. But this is kind of interesting. Under the new plan, farmers undergoing the transition could label their products as transitional, which would enable them to charge a slightly higher price for their goods and recoup some of the expense associated with the process. And consumers are making their preferences very clear. As people become more increasingly health conscious, more and more farmers can see the future of the agriculture industry, and conveniently grown produce is not part of it. The health risks of food grown with pesticides are downright scary, and people are no longer willing to spend money on these foods or put them in their bodies. So I just thought that was an interesting article. Lisa, I hope you're not drunk. I didn't say it too many times, did I? The most interesting thing about it is when Oscar Mayer takes the nitrites and the nitrates out of their hot dogs and, you know, goes on to brag about how much they care about the public and all the goodness and all of this kind of stuff. So I find that almost hilarious. That, you know, well, nice jumping on the bandwagon now after we've raised generations on little cut-up hot dogs on our children's high chair tables trays because it was the only thing they would eat, and then we introduced them to Kraft macaroni and cheese. And yeah, we really raised a bunch of good kids, didn't we? Oh my. So I'm keto under 20, and for me today that includes 50 grams of organic Swiss chard that's going to go under my egg and Charisse first meal of the day. And then I'm going to have a small salad in comparison to the big salad like I had last night, because I'm making that Maria Emmerich, page 148 in her Keto Cleanse cookbook. It was the Charisse ground beef chili, and with an egg on the side, or actually on top, and crumbled bacon on top, and chunks of avocado on the other side. Oh yeah, baby. It was delicious, and I'm going to do it again. Greg will have the full-scale 2 eggs, and he will have sour cream on his, and I might have a dollop of sour cream on mine, but maybe not. But that's the excitement that is going on here. We do what we can do with our choices of produce, meats, and dairy, and as long as you're not buying artificially flavored yogurts, you're probably doing a good job with your dairy. I buy the organic heavy whipping cream from, usually it's Organic Valley. Sometimes it's Stonyfield. Depends what the store has. I had I think it's called Vitality or Vital fried egg along one other Pete and Jerry's. I was finishing up one dozen and starting the other. The difference in the yolks and the size of the yolks and the color of the yolks was exceptional. Even though Pete and Jerry's is grass-fed, pasture-raised, other blah, 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 the Vitality ones was so much bigger, so much more orange, and clearly preferred. So I wish that I had bought another dozen of them when I was at the store. Unfortunately, I bought a Pete and Jerry dozen, but I will make Vitality my choice. $6 a dozen. So what is that, 50 cents an egg? And so I have 2 at lunch. Tonight we're having more, but 2 at lunch is $1. And to me it's worth it. That dark orange yolk, I just imagine all the goodness in it. So I went on to Amazon. Today is the Amazon Prime sale, thinking that any of the supplements that I use, if they're on sale, I would stock up. And it just seems to be kind of ridiculously priced fashion and electronics that I really don't need because I don't know how to use them. And electronics, they don't pull me in any way. In any way. Maybe it's my generation. So I will continue to do my keto under 20. I will continue to do my chronometer that I love. It keeps me quite sane, and that's it for me. It's what I'm having today. It marks all the vitamins, the minerals, the carbohydrates, the proteins, the fats. It is just a fabulous program, and it keeps me straight and narrow and honest and structured, along with my new little kitchen scale that was under $9, the Ozeri one. I mean, it's like, does it get any better than this? No, it doesn't. And I'm so happy that all of you are here. And I just crossed over the 2,000 subbies marker. And so I'm exceptionally excited and appreciative of all of you that comment and bring so much to the party. I hope a lot of you read other people's comments because a lot can be garnered from them. It's a beautiful world. I couldn't do it without you, and I don't want to. So have a wonderful day, whether or not you have a drinking game with my grass-fed and my organic or not. You're still all welcome here. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20 for just another day. That's all we get. Bye-bye for now.